What's going on YouTube? BusDH here, and today, well, yesterday we hit 10,000 subscribers. That's pretty awesome. I'd like to thank all of you, and I'm going to answer one of the questions that a lot of people have been asking me. What kind of car do you drive? Well, sorry to disappoint you, but here it is. So, I drive a 2002 Dodge Dakota, rear-wheel drive, V6, automatic. So fast. No, like not at all. Sorry if I disappointed anyone, if you thought I had a nice car, but I don't. But I will show you some decent things, I guess. Not really anything on the outside that's decent, so we'll go on the inside. Good thing is, I have a little cheap sound system, aux cord, bass control right here, little knobby, turn up the bass, turn down the bass. And then in here, underneath the seats, come on, you piece of shit. One, two, we have the subs. So these are two, I think they're 10s or 12s, MTX audio. Woofers with a 1000-watt amp down there. All hooked, oh, the lighter. Does it work? Yeah, it works. Yeah, so that's the sound system. It's alright. Same thing in the front door speakers, and in the rear quarter speakers are MTX audio. I didn't actually do this to the truck myself. I bought the truck back in 2010 or 11. It was a lot different than this. Some of the things I did to it, or got done to it, I got the whole thing repainted all around. So it was white, and it had the, I think it was the driver's side over here. That was all caved in. Took it to Burlington Collision. Merrick over there got it all done, painted it. It's not very good though. This is 5 years later, and we're already starting to see some rust. And under there, it's not the greatest either. Pretty shitty. But hey, you can't win them all. Other things I did, I lowered it. I put a 2-inch drop in the front, 3-inch in the back. This is pretty gross. The bumper is almost rotted completely out. But oh well. I got some aftermarket taillights from eBay. I lost this actually. I don't know how the fuck I lost this. There's a little shroud that goes over top of that. That disappeared. So yeah, you can see the truck was white. What else did I do? Oh, bed liner and tonneau cover. So it's the hard one, not the roll-up one. Line-X, some shit like that. So that's pretty good. I just painted the stock rims black. Got headlights, aftermarket cheapo HID swap. And we'll go on to the engine bay so you can see my huge V6 engine. Come on, open the door. There we go. Oh. So, things I've done to this since I had the truck: battery, compressor, water pump, plugs, wires, coil, rotor. Well, not really a cool air intake. I basically just bought the K&N filter because they're easy to clean instead of just buying a new one every single time. So every time I do an oil change, I'll pop that off, get the K&N filter cleaner kit, do it all up. Issues with this right now? Not a whole lot, I don't think. I think maybe that's giving me my EVAP leak over there, but I think I'm losing coolant too. Yeah, I got a coolant leak somewhere. Either it's burning it up or something. Probably leaking out of the actual fucking reservoir at the bottom there. There's probably a hole in the reservoir, but whatever. Not dealing with it. So, yeah. There's a couple bad things about this truck, but there's not many good things. So what I'll do is I'll show you guys some of the other stuff I've done to it and what I need to get done to it. And I'll throw it up on that hoist over there for you. So, I've always wanted to do this. look at that. Put the car on the hoist and I got a glove on. All right, I'm gonna wait for that compressor to go off so you guys can hear me. Actually, I'm just gonna shut it off. There we go, nice and quiet. So, I'm not too sure how good the lighting's gonna be, but we will start from the back and we'll show you all the problems and issues and everything. So, first things first, this bumper, look how bad that is. Fucking speed holes, 5 extra horsepower. So yeah, we'll start here. So, if you're ever gonna lower a truck, do not buy aluminum lowering blocks. Look at how fucked up these are. They've basically like caved out. They've like molded out the way. You can see how they're not straight as they were. They're all fucking bent. So yeah, that happens. Yeah, right here. And then your axle actually gets loose on the U-bolts and it starts rattling around. About 2 years ago, I had this rattle. I was like, oh, it's gotta be the sway bar. It's gotta be the sway bar. And then I took the sway bar off. As you can see, the bolts are still in there, but I took the whole sway bar off, still the noise. And these bolts came loose because the blocks kept getting melded out from all the rattling. And then that was my noise. So I had to crank all these up, which is a bitch. Got to get the torch on them, heat them, crank them up with a gun. They seize up again, torch them, heat them, rinse, repeat until they're tight again. And then with all that, with the 3-inch drop in the rear, no, 2-inch drop in the rear, these shocks always get fucked up. So I got lifetime warranty ones from Napa. So I just replace them every year. And they have to deal with it. I think that one might be leaking. No. But yeah, they're pretty easy. Just 2 bolts, one there, one up there. They just pop out. And then yeah, I don't have my sway bar on it because the actual sway bar itself, so say that's the sway bar there, right here where the bushing sits, was worn so much that it was the whole like brand new bushing was just rattling around inside. So it was pretty much pointless to have them on until I just at least bought a new sway bar. Well, getting jiggly here, my bad. The exhaust. Now I've had a bunch of problems with the exhaust. The first one, like see how close it is to here? In the winter, I ran into a snowbank and then it bent the fuck out of it. I don't have an exhaust mender, so I have a hockey stick. I jammed it in there, riffed it back, and now she's alright. But then since then, I'd had to, where is it? That got all fucked up, so I had to weld a piece in there. And there was another piece. No, maybe I just broke it there too. Yeah, so yeah, I had to put the exhaust piece in there. Yeah, so that's that. Any more problems at the back? I don't think so. Oh yeah, right here. So this front diff seal is leaking. You get a trouble light. So yeah, this bitch is leaking right there. I just haven't got around to it. Pull the shaft out, put a new seal in. I think it's actually leaking at the rear. Yeah, right at the tranny too. So front and rear, I guess, drive shaft seals. Depends where you're from and whatever the fuck you want to call it. Front diff seal, rear main tranny seal. Those got to be replaced. I have an evap leak. Last time it was here, but I can't find it. Yeah, it'll be another day. No. Alright, yeah, so then back to the whole rustiness part. Like, look how bad that is. Like in 2 years, that's gonna be a nice speed hole. Yeah, lots of rust there. Fiance is calling. Reject. This side's not as bad. It's alright. A little bit where the body mount is. Starting to get rusty there. I hope to get rid of this truck in at least a year or two. So, nope, Kayla, I'm busy. Stop calling. Front end. I painted the calipers, some lowering springs. This sway bar is actually busted off. I think Is it this one or is it the other one? What? I swear one of these broke off. Yep, that one. So yeah, let me replace that sway bar link right there. The other one's fine. I'll leave that one. What else we got here? Is that rack leaking yet? Well, the rack seems to be fine. Yeah, I need front brakes. They're pretty shitty. I put like high-end ones, like good pads and rotors, like $100 pads, $100 rotors in my cost, so fairly expensive. I put those in a year or two ago, or 3 or 4 years ago. Man, this thing is awful under here. But yeah, and then try to find that fucking coolant leak. There's a little bit of wet spot right there. That actually might be where it's at. But that's for a different day. These tires are holding up okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my piece of shit truck. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the description. I'll try and go over them. And once again, guys, thank you for 10K. And if you have any like Q&A questions for me you want me to answer, go for it down below in the description. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one.